What's going on, everybody? Back to you again in another video, and this time I'm going to be doing another story time for y'all. No, I haven't done one in such a fucking long time, and I apologize for that. But this is a story that I've been thinking about doing for quite a while, but just never got around to it because I've been so busy. I apologize for that. And also, a while ago, I had the flu and all that sucked, but anyway, the story is my best friend that stole from me. Now, this is a story that happened to me when I was in 5th grade, and this took place around, let's say, probably 2010. Yeah, around 2010. So this is when I was about 10 or 11 years old. I can't remember how old I was exactly, but I was around 10 or 11 years old. And I was in elementary school still. I was in 5th grade. Excuse me. And we had a new student a while ago. He was not in my class. I was in a different class, and that's how we met. We were introduced to, he was introduced to pretty much everybody. And I'm just gonna give him like a name. I'm not gonna use his real name, but I don't want anyone stalking him and giving him all that because he's just not worth it. To be honest with you, I mean, like I know I support all of my followers, but it's not time for people choosing sides or any of that stuff. So, his name was James. And so when I first met him, I thought he was pretty cool. I thought he was nice, funny, very cool guy to hang around with. And we became best friends. We were like two peas in a pod. Peas in a pod, excuse me. And we would go over each other's houses. He mainly go to my house. I didn't really like going to his house because it smelled like cigarettes, and his parents and siblings were just fucking crazy. Yeah, so then he would constantly come over to my house. We would hang out after school sometimes. During school, we would always hang out, make each other laugh and do all that good stuff. Play video games, watch movies, you name it. Like, it's like normal stuff that, best friends would do. And then, one day, it was during, like, after school. It was, like, after school program. We were doing this hip-hop dance class, which is a pretty shitty class, I might add. Yeah, so we were just hanging out, and then, I was saying that I had $50, and then he didn't believe me, so then I ended up showing him one day, and then he ends up taking it, and then he's like joking, like saying how like I'm rich and putting it in his pocket or whatever, and then it's like I didn't think anything of it. So then the next day, that day he slipped over, and then the next day brought him home, and then that was it, and then we finished our day. And then I think it was a little while later, went up to my great-grandparents' house, and they're no longer alive, sadly, but went over to their house, and then I wanted to go to Walmart to buy Family Guy season, and I was looking for it, the whole morning, and, like, I was thinking, like, I didn't think anything of it, like, like, I thought, like, I lost it or something like that, but no. My mom ended up calling his house, and, well, actually, I ended up calling his house first, and then I thought it was him, so I had, like, this, very, very pissed off attitude, and turned out it was his sister, and then she said he was asleep, and then, I just hung up, and then, and then, his parents ended up leaving some messages on my answering machine saying that it was him, and then my mom was on the phone with, I think it was his dad. Yeah, it was his dad, and she told me that he spent it with another guy, and they had fun and whatever, and then like I was mad, and like I was upset at school. Like I mean. I don't know what to expect at this point, and don't jump to conclusions here now. I understand two of us made a mistake, but his mistake was a lot bigger than mine. I personally didn't think anything of it. Like what was I supposed to know that my best friend was gonna steal from me? Like no, like I didn't think anything of that. So for those like who are all judging and everything else, just keep that to yourself, please, because there isn't a point to just badmouth people like for no reason, and and then after that, um, like I was still friends with him for a while, and then after that, like I just didn't hang out with him. I called him over the summer once, and then like his mom answered, and then he just gave me this attitude, and she didn't want me to talk to him and everything else. So then that was it, and I haven't seen him since the last day of school. Well, actually, during sixth grade, I did see him once, but that was it. It was when I was driving through town, and then I saw him get dropped off at his bus stop, but that was pretty much it. And he's no longer around here. He moved away. Um, but yeah, that was the last time I've ever heard from him, and I don't care to see him or talk to him or anything else, because he's just a screwed up kid, messed up family and everything, and just took advantage of me and took advantage of a lot of people, and I hate people like that. And this isn't the only time that where I've had a friend that stabbed me in the back before, so we all go through this. I learned my lesson the hard way, trust me, so don't be in the comments saying that how like, oh well, like you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have done that, and how like you should have done this or you should have done that. Like no, like I know what I'm doing, people. I know what I'm doing. I can take perfectly fine of my own decisions. And all that. So, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this story. Has this ever happened to you? It have like any of your friends that you've grown up with for most of your life used you in any way or anything like that? Whatever it is, let me know down below. Hope you guys enjoy the story. I'll see you guys next time.